Tonight on Bridge City News, Alberta has implemented new measures to tackle COVID-19, including leave being extended from 5 to 14 days for all working Albertans. With a long period of snowfall, winter storm and snowfall warnings remain in place from Environment Canada for much of southern Alberta. And with panicked residents scouring grocery store shelves, Streets Alive mission is running low on certain items and plans to ramp up their efforts in response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Your nation, your province, your southern Alberta. From the heart of Lethbridge, it's Bridge City News Weekend Edition.
Good evening, I'm Loris Alexander filling in for Paul Arthur. Tonight, more COVID-19 cases in our province and even more new measures aimed at stopping the spread. Friday afternoon, the Premier, the Health Minister, and Finance Minister took the lead at the daily COVID-19 news conference, along with the province's Chief Medical Officer of Health. They announced a number of new measures, including 6 new confirmed cases, bringing the total to 29, all travel-related. The province will start paying doctors for giving COVID-19 advice over the phone, and a medical note will no longer be necessary for sick leave, and that leave is being extended from 5 to 14 days for all working Albertans. This is for anyone told to self-isolate by AHS or anyone caring for someone who has the virus.
Our priority is public safety and health, and we will make sure that no one has to choose between work and doing what is necessary to protect public health. Moreover, we don't want Albertans impacted by COVID-19 to feel that they must go to work to sustain their income so they can pay their bills and take care of their families.
The Prime Minister spoke to Canadians from home yesterday, where he and his children are in isolation and where his wife Sophie is quarantined after testing positive for COVID-19.
Upon my doctor's recommendation, I will remain in self-isolation for 14 days. I want to be clear, I have no symptoms. And I'm feeling good. And technology allows me to work from home.
His government is issuing many directives, all coming at a fast pace. Canadians are being urged to cancel or postpone any international trips in the very least, because if they leave Canada, they may get stuck abroad in a COVID-19 crackdown. International flights will be directed to a smaller number of airports in Canada so that passengers can be more easily tracked and more rigorously screened if they are from high-risk areas. Just one day after U.S. President Donald Trump declared the novel coronavirus pandemic a national emergency, the House of Representatives passed a bipartisan aid package to help ease the economic pain of COVID-19.
The bill provides for free coronavirus testing for all Americans who should be tested. So people that are getting tested are getting this free. It also provides paid sick and family medical leave for those who need it, including for those who have the virus, for caregivers, and those looking after children affected by school closures. So that's all taken care of also. And we'll continue all of these different actions.
There are at least 2,174 confirmed cases in the U.S. and 49 coronavirus-related deaths. Cruise ships with 500 passengers or more will be banned from Canadian ports until July 1st, when the decision will be reassessed. Videos have been shared on social media of Italian citizens singing and dancing during a nationwide lockdown amid the coronavirus pandemic. The videos from various cities and towns show people singing from balconies and windows in an attempt to boost morale, with all non-essential shops and services still closed in the country. Italy is one of the worst affected countries in the world by COVID-19, with 17,660 confirmed cases and 1,266 deaths, according to the latest data from Johns Hopkins University. That's the largest outbreak outside of China. Well, there were some other significant stories, including the cancellation of many events around the world, including play with the NHL, WHL, and NBA. As Micah Quinn explains, there are some big local events as well, which have either been postponed or canceled altogether.
We are, in fact, as announced yesterday, postponing this year's Home and Garden Show.
That was the latest news announced by Exhibition Park in light of the recent events surrounding the coronavirus.
We know that it's a highly anticipated thing for our community and our members and our association. So obviously it's disappointing to see that this won't move forward on the date that it was planned. But this is about public safety and public health of the vendors and the guests that come to Exhibition Park and the staff. So really that's what's priority here.
The Lethbridge International Film Festival has also decided to postpone the rest of their films for Friday and Saturday.
The next few months are going to be difficult, and we certainly wanted to do our part as a responsible organisation helping to protect the population of Lethbridge.
The Movie Mill in Lethbridge is also taking precautions to combat the coronavirus.
We're educating our staff on symptoms and preventive measures. We've instituted additional cleaning and sanitizing policies. One thing that we're particularly proud of is our seats. When we changed those out several years ago, they're a leather-like material, so they're very cleanable and washable versus the fabric seats that are found in many venues here in town and throughout the country.
There still aren't any confirmed cases of coronavirus in Lethbridge. For Bridge City News, I'm Micah Quinn.
Now, with everything happening in the world, some teachers, kids, and parents are not letting corona concerns put them off. Instead, they want to climb to the top.
The admin at our school emphasize sharing your passions with the school, and rock climbing is something that I love doing. I've been climbing at this gym for the past year, and so I wanted to start the rock climbing club just so that I could share that thing that I love with the school.
Jared approached us just looking for a way to get his kids engaged in some other activity. Everybody does soccer and baseball and all that stuff, but climbing is one that tends to attract people who are more drawn to like just personal performance rather than team athletics.
Preet says he's eager to run a pilot project to try out after-school programs like this one. We asked the mini climbers what they wanted to accomplish, and here's what they had to say.
I kind of want to get to the top of the big room, so I'm going to try doing one of these routes which are more easy.
I like most of the competitiveness and how you can hit the buzzers and stuff.
I like climbing the rocks and touch the buttons.
I want to learn rock climbing because I want to learn how to climb really high, like climb mountains.
For Bridge City News, I'm Loris Alexander. Well, COVID-19 is causing some anxiety for lots of people. There are many unknowns about this disease, and that can be really worrying. And that worry is causing droves of people to descend on grocery stores, panic buying supplies. Stores here in Lethbridge and across the country jammed with shoppers all week. Empty shelves were a common sight. Of course, not everyone can afford to stock up on months or even weeks worth of supplies. Organizations like Streets Alive are ramping up their efforts during this pandemic, and they need your help.
Just the canned stuff, the canned veggies, the canned fruits, and especially canned meats and the soups and the stews. That's really what we need right now. Of course, KD boxes, cake mix boxes, instant noodles, and just the canned soups also. And coffee creamer. Could use a little bit more of that, and some rice, and pork and beans, as we're out of pork and beans, and that's something that we use a lot of.
Food donations can be dropped off at Streets Alive Mission at 323-4th Street South. Recapping one of our top news stories, Friday afternoon, the Premier, the Health Minister, and Finance Minister took the lead at the daily COVID-19 news conference. Along with the province's Chief Medical Officer of Health, they announced a number of new measures and a look at weekend weather. Central and southern Alberta were hit with a big dump of extended snowfall Thursday after morning snow led to poor road conditions across sections of the province. We continue to see heavy and blowing snow with 5 to 10 centimeters coming down with a chilly low of -21. But a mix of sun and cloud tomorrow with a west wind gusting from 40 to 60 and a high of -14. It seems like more and more people like the idea of living in a more natural and sustainable way. But how do you go about doing that? We asked Mandy Sandbach, president of the Lethbridge Sustainable Living Association. That interview is up next, but first, here's a look at what's happening in and around your community.
Here's your Bridge City News community calendar. If you love the game of golf, here's an amazing opportunity to be part of the Lethbridge Paradise Canyon Open, taking place June 25th to the 28th. The LPCO is looking for hardworking and dedicated volunteers to help make this event a success. A volunteer recruitment night is being held on Wednesday, March 18th at the Paradise Canyon Golf Resort from 5 to 7 p.m. For more information, call 403-331-8885 or email yoshida.kf@telus.net. Come for a fun family night to the Family Center in downtown Lethbridge, Thursday evenings from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Me and My Family provides a safe place for kids to explore through physical activity, imagination, and creativity. For more information, visit famcenter.ca. And that's your Bridge City News community calendar.